Want a portrait of real fun, American style? Just picture any sunny weekend. Focus on the nation's beaches and lakes. Be sure to include in your viewfinder the 70 million people who'll be present. And you'll come up with an exciting panorama of Americans having fun at one of our top national pastimes, the enjoyment of water sports. And the fastest rising sport of them all is water skiing, offering fun for everyone, from top-flight competitive champions right down to family groups on weekend outings. So for the encouragement of the millions of Americans who have already discovered the healthy thrill of water skiing, and to the millions of beginners annually taking up the sport for the first time, this film is sincerely dedicated. Competitive skiing is a sport for the experts, but remember this, these champions were not always experts. They were once beginners, just like the rest of us. And even champions take a tumble once in a while, because falls are all part of the sport. Hands overhead, that means he's okay. Basically, all-round skiing takes three different forms. First, the slalom, usually performed on a single ski, as graceful as ballet, as sleek and speedy as a sports car. Second, a whirling dervish antics of the trick skier, precision maneuvers often referred to as the aquabatics of water skiing. Most spectacular of the skiing categories is jumping, where the combination of many factors adds up to a great big score. Yes, America has taken to water skiing in such a big way that hundreds of water ski clubs have been formed all over the country, bringing families and friends together in the wholesome atmosphere of sand, sun, and water. Here's an environment of happiness that needs no pursuit. It's there waiting for you. Water skiing in America gained its great impetus at Cypress Gardens' magnificent ski shows, for a day, every day of the year, have been the springboard that launched skiing as an important major sport. To go skiing, you naturally need skis. So let's look at this equipment first. A few moments ago, you saw this long, graceful single ski used in the slalom event. Length and position of the binders depend upon the individual skier, but all slaloms have a deep fin or keel for sharp turns at high speeds. Trick skis are wider and shorter than the slalom, usually about 54 inches long. And notice they have no fins or keels. That makes possible fast, smooth spins, important to good trick skiing. The skis in this rack are all standard models, made to fit most everyone from the smallest child to the heaviest adult. But tournament competitors often modify their skis to get extra performance out of them. Jumpers are rugged, heavy-duty skis about 72 inches long. The adjustable binders are reinforced. Wide fins are slanted to conform to the surface of the jump ramp. Now let's put some of these skis to work. Starting with the slalom, as the skier zooms through the entrance gate and swings around and outside of 6 buoys and out the exit gate at the end of a 315-yard run. Rhythm and timing are important assets for the slalom event, but speed is the #1 requisite, because this is a race against time. And it's the skier, not the boat, who supplies the extra speed that means a winning run. As he turns, he accelerates across the wake, brakes for his turn, and accelerates again. How does he do it? Here's how. Approaching the course, the idea is to swing far to the left of the first gate, accelerating sharply toward the gate for a cannonball approach to the first buoy. Once through the gate, the skier leans his body slightly and begins a braking or slowing down action by applying more pressure to the rear of the ski. He times his turn to bring him closest to the first buoy on the down course side. With both hands on the handle for maximum pull, he hits full throttle up to and across the wake for his approach to buoy number 2. He rounds the buoy with extreme body lean and arms outstretched, then cuts sharply across the wake again on course for that third buoy. As he comes off the second wake, notice that his outside hand is released from the tow handle as he begins his braking action and body lean. Closing in on number 4, he brings the handle into his body for the beginning of the full throttle again out of the turn. As he zooms across the course, notice that his legs are well bent for spring action over that boat wake. Coming up to number 5, he actually begins his turn well before he gets there, hitting maximum speed again as he rounds the buoy and cracks that first wake. Old number 6 is the rainbow's end as he brings his body upright and locks his legs nearly straight, pouring on full power around the last buoy and out the exit gate for a beautiful run. In addition to mastering the slalom, competitive skiers also have to be trick experts. In tournaments, tricks are scored on a point system. Each competitor is given 2 20-second runs to perform as many tricks as he can squeeze into that time. For instance, a basic 2-ski side slide is worth only 20 points, while a spectacular mid-air somersault off the ramp is good for 570. The art of tricking starts with a side slide or 90-degree turn, and from there on the sky's the limit. Here's how you can put that side slide in your bag of tricks. First, go into a semi-crouch with your weight evenly distributed on both skis and your arms slightly bent. Then pull the tow handle toward your body. As the handle comes in, release one hand and dip your shoulder slightly in the direction of the turn. This basic trick, as well as the more complicated ones, demands balance, coordination, and timing. At the end of the 90-degree turn, your skis are spread slightly for better stability, and the leading edges are angled upward. Never jerk that handle. Always bring it in firmly at waist level, and keep that arm bent. This acts as a spring against the give and take of the tow line, so never let the arm go straight. Use your free arm for balance, and keep your legs moderately bent for best stability. Your next step after the 90-degree side slide is the 180-degree turn. The front-to-back 180-degree turn starts from the same position as the side slide. But to continue past the side slide position, you need more body lean, and you lead your turn with your left arm and shoulder. When you get yourself into this spot, how do you get out of it? Easy enough if you know how. Just release your left hand and maintain a balanced position against the pull of the boat. There you have it. Here goes another front-to-back. Rotate that handle down and around toward your upper thigh and grab it with your free hand as you complete the 180. Back to front. Presto, like so. These 180-degree front-to-back and back-to-front turns added to the side slides represent the second in the triumvirate of basics that will introduce you to the fun of trick skiing. The 360-degree turn is the one that takes you all around the mulberry bush, past the 90, past the 180, and all the way back without stopping. The secret is the quick and easy transfer of the tow handle from one hand to the other. Your head, free arm, and shoulder lead the turn as your free hand reaches behind your back for quick handle exchange. As soon as the second hand grabs the handle, the first one lets go. That's the key to continuous turns. Let's put together another 360 and a couple of 180s. 180s, you know, become 360s when carried all the way around. Learn the basic three, the side slide, the 180, and the 360, and you're well on your way to mastering a wide variety of other tricks. Tricks like this, for instance, started from knowledge of the basic three. Water skiers, like everyone else, need an occasional refreshment break. And refreshment for them, as for millions of people everywhere, means Coca Cola. Coke gives you that refreshing new feeling, and it's a natural partner with delicious picnic food. On outings like this one, be sure you take along plenty of ice-cold Coke. Remember, at home, at work, at play, Coca Cola refreshes you best. For both seers and skiers, the ultimate thrill in water ski competition is the jumping event. Before this event, the audience is always tense because most weekend water skiers think jumping is extremely dangerous. The experts, however, will tell you that the worst you can expect is a pulled muscle or two, and maybe a few small cuts and bruises. That's if you know what you're doing. So let's hitchhike along with a jumping champion to get a few expert tips. Approaching the ramp, this boy is in a good solid Indian crouch with his arms straight, head and eyes level. His skis are spread apart for a good solid platform. He makes his approach on the opposite side from the boat, the left side, skiing a straight course outside and parallel to the ramp. Straight over the ramp, he holds his crouched position through his landing. On his second jump, he once again freezes arms, head, and body, with his knee action absorbing the shock of the ramp's impact. Through the air, he relaxes momentarily, then becomes a human shock absorber again as he lands. For novice jumpers, the boat speed is about 25 miles per hour, a speed that allows him to maneuver quite easily and get the feel of the ramp surface, which is actually slicker than water. Once he gets the gist of proper body balance and ramp surface, he can step up the boat speed and then his own speed by a technique called double cutting. When double cutting, he swings out to his right, goes into a coast, and hauls in on the tow line, giving him greater speed, which pays off in more distance. Combining the standard tournament boat speed of 35 miles an hour with this crack-the-whip approach, a jumper can hit the ramp at speeds from 10 to 15 miles an hour faster than the boat, about 50 miles an hour. Then he gets even more distance by springing as he snaps to attention atop the ramp. Of such learn how and do how, great champions are made. But even champions fall. But this hand clasp lets his driver and the tournament safety boat know that he's okay. From this review of the basics of competitive water skiing, you ought to be eager to have a go at it yourself. And there should be no doubt about it, water skiing is fun. A sport that appeals to everyone. You just can't beat it as a family fun sport. And there's always an extra thrill for those interested in competitive activity. Whether it's the graceful slalom, the intricate tricks, or the spectacular jumps, there's an extra plus in competition, win, lose, or draw.